Okay. Should be live, I think. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome, everyone. We'll give it a few minutes for people to roll in. If people are unsure of what we're doing here, I love it watching it work. If people are unsure of what we're doing here, we are going to be listening through the submissions to the monthly challenge, the monthly Discord challenge for October. The prompt and stuff I'll go through in a second. We've got 5 concurrent viewers. Welcome, everyone. So yeah, if you weren't aware, I run a Discord, a creative challenge on my Discord every single month where we post a prompt, some kind of creative prompt, and then over the course of 1 or 2 weeks, we basically, people in the community go and make a track based on that prompt and then submit it. And then we do this listening party at the end as well. Actually tried to get something on the challenge, wasn't able to get it done enough time to submit next time. Yeah, for sure. This month we only had a week to do the submission for the challenge, so that's totally fair. But try to do 2 weeks to give people enough time. But yeah, very, very fair if you can't submit. The idea behind it is just to kind of keep you creating, keep you moving, keep you making stuff. And I guess the whole point with the creative prompt is A, to create inspiration, and B, to create some kind of limitation as well. And I believe that through the inspiration and limitation, you can basically, it's a much quicker way to get towards that kind of creative independence, creative freedom by understanding your own workflow, increasing your speed, increasing your understanding of your tools, your knowledge, your skills, and your ability to write and finish music as well. So that's kind of the whole reason that we do these challenges. If you're watching, maybe you're watching this after the fact and you're not a part of the Discord, I will post a link maybe in the chat to the invitation to the Discord server. Maybe I can just do that really quickly. Let's go generate a link and copy. I'm going to paste the link in the chat. Join the Discord. And I believe, can I pin comments? I can pin comments in YouTube Live. It's been a very long time since I did it. River is watching but can't work out how to comment over on YouTube. There should be a little chat box in the side of the YouTube. I think you might have to be signed in potentially. If you're not signed in, you might not be able to comment. But I guess that's just a limitation of YouTube. But you can comment here, River, if you are watching. So let's get in and let's take a listen to some of these submissions. So for those of you who aren't aware, the theme for this month's challenge, or the creative prompt, was make something spooky, in line with the Halloween, the spooky kind of season, I suppose. I'm going to switch over to my Discord. Let me know if the sound's coming through all good when I start playing music and stuff like that. So we're going to start. I'm going to come down to the challenge October, and I'm going to start with my track. We got 8 submissions, including my submission. Mine's only a minute long. So I feel like it's a good one to start with, and I feel like it just makes it a little bit more even, I suppose, when I'm the one starting with my track, and then we'll go through and listen to everyone else's in submission order. So we'll start with Schmohawk, then Fapril, then Wayno, and keep going on from there. So the prompt for this challenge was make something spooky, and I took it a little bit interestingly, and I spent half an hour on my laptop just listening through my laptop speakers and took it as a chance to use like a harmonic minor kind of scale and added in a hilarious little spooky sound effect from my partner. So let's take a listen to my submission, this spooky track for my spooky Discord challenge. I got a little bit carried away, I think. Yeah, I got a little bit carried away. It's yeah, it was a lot of fun. Oh, hey Schmohawk, nice to see you. Yeah, so I spent 30 minutes, made that on my laptop using only my laptop speakers, and it was a lot of fun. I'm glad you like it, Schmohawk. Awesome. So that was my little submission for the track, for the challenge. Let's go through and take a listen to the other submissions in order, in submission order. So we're going to start with Schmohawk. And let's take a listen. So let's read through what Schmohawk said. So here's a little submission for the October challenge. Tried to focus on what makes a track eerie, and I think having less elements, listening to some of the best horror soundtracks for inspiration. And they are generally quite simple to enhance the tension. So just have some piano strings and some chansonniers. Tried to write a piece that could maybe work for the intro of a Netflix true crime doco. Awesome. I am super excited to hear this. Let's take a listen to Schmohawk's submission for the Make Something Spooky October Discord challenge. Also, let me know if the volumes are okay between the voice and the music. Awesome. I loved that. The simplicity there, fantastic. And the piano and strings, that's really, really awesome. Schmohawk, you absolutely hit the spooky vibe on that kind of ominous vibe. And intro for a Netflix true crime doco, 100%. Nailed it. Absolutely awesome. That is super, super nice. Everyone, give it up for Schmohawk. I think you can do some reactions in the chat in the YouTube chat. Yeah, you totally can. That's pretty cool. This is the first time we're doing this on YouTube, by the way. I want to make these, a regular occurrence. I want to start doing some more live streams here on YouTube. We'll incorporate the Discord challenges and incorporate some other stuff into that too. But thank you so much, Schmohawk, for submitting. That was awesome. I really, really liked that. Fantastic, awesome work. Let us move on to the next submission by Fabril or Sophie in the Discord. For this piece, found a couple of super airy synths, then layered them and added some dissonant resonators. I also played around with pitch bending, which I had never used before. Cool, awesome. Everything I used was stock. Happy Halloween. Hope it wasn't too spooky. Now, I mean, I don't know about all of you, but I certainly did not have a spooky Halloween. Mine was very, very tame. Let's take a listen to Dark by Fabril. That is some wild atmosphere. Oh my gosh. Sophie, that is incredible. Really, really well done. That's super, super awesome. Yeah, the atmosphere in that is absolutely amazing. Let's how do I do that? Yeah, there we go. Celebration for that. That's fantastic. I can hear that like in the background of a movie or a video game or something along those lines. Like that was really, really, really awesome. Yeah, welcome Ricardo. I see you in the chat. If you're in the chat, if you're hanging out, hey, we have a simulator. Fantastic. Yeah, if you're hanging out in the chat, make sure to drop, or hanging out in the live stream, make sure to drop a hi in the chat and let everyone know you're here. Say hi, and if you submitted, we're going to get to your stuff very soon. We just took a listen to Schmohawk and to Sophie or Fapril, and Fapril's submission was definitely dark, ominous, spooky, hit all the right notes, and that was amazing. Thank you very much, Sophie, for submitting. Can't wait to hear what you submit next. And let's dive into the next submission, which is Wayno's for the Spooky Challenge. This is Halloween. Don't worry if you didn't submit. I see you in the chat. Maybe try and submit next time. I'll try and be a little bit more vocal about when we're doing these challenges. I've been pretty slack with posting them publicly, but they do post them on the Discord. And so if you are on the Discord, if you're not on the Discord, make sure to jump on the Discord, and then you'll be notified when these challenges go live, or you can sign up to the mailing list. I often put out an email when the challenges go live there. So Wayno, I wanted to focus on a quick creation and try to make all the elements happen as close to a minute as possible. For Spooky, Nightmare Before Christmas came to mind, and it went full Halloween remix. Awesome. All up about 5 hours. This is what I call a 140 BPM offbeat prog track, maybe a bit bassy, and I've pushed it to around 7 laughs in a basic mix and master. Awesome. Let's take a listen to Wayno's version of This Is Halloween for the Spooky Challenge. Oh man, I wanted that to keep going. That is so cool. The This Is Halloween line in that is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to take off these headphones. I took off my headphones because they're getting a bit uncomfortable, so I'm listening through my speakers, which I can still hear the music, obviously. I'm not going to just take off my headphones and not listen to the music. That was awesome. Wayno, fantastic work on bringing in This Is Halloween into your 140 BPM prog vibes. That is awesome. Really well done. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Super, got that spooky vibes, got everything. Fantastic work, Wayno. Really awesome. Everyone, let's give some celebration vibes for Wayno in the chat. That is really cool. And if you're in the Discord and you haven't left a comment on Wayno's track or any of the other tracks that we've listened to so far, definitely make sure to go and do that. If you're not in the Discord, there is a link that I've pinned at the top of the live chat in the YouTube, which you can use to join in, and hopefully we'll see your submission in the next monthly challenge. But let's move on to Skeleton Jiggle by Assimilator, or what was Assimilator and now is just in the Discord, so that's cool too. Who I believe is in the chat, which is fantastic. So for this, I'm picturing some skeletons jiggling around. Sometimes a trance riff is best kept simple, absolutely. Main super saw synth was the Arturia Jupiter. Man, I love the Arturia stuff. The Arturia stuff is so good. I use it. I should use it more, to be honest, but it's a fantastic suite of instruments. Bass was a stock SH101 patch on the Roland Gaia, also a very nice synth. And I'll be making this a much bigger track at some stage, different name, more transitions, etc. Cool. Let's take a listen to Skeleton Jiggle by Assimilator. Awesome. I am a huge fan of the trance vibes. So that was fantastic, Assimilator. Hell yes. I agree with Schmohawk. I cannot wait to hear that as a full track. I feel like it's kind of only just gotten started at the 2-minute mark, which is exactly what you want to hear from a trance track, right? You want to just be able to keep going. So that is really, really awesome. Super groovy. I love the melody. Definitely has that spooky vibe. And like, congrats. That sounds really good. The Skeleton Jiggle, absolutely banger. Name makes sense. Fantastic. Thank you for submitting. Also, the synths sound really nice. That main super saw synth from the Arturia sounds super crisp. Again, if no one's on the, or if you're not on the Arturia line, or like on that Arturia stuff, definitely get onto it. Cool, fantastic. Thank you for submitting Assimilator. We're going to jump on to the next submission, which is Spooky by R. Wintergreen. Wasn't sure where to start, but I know restrictions are helpful, so I glanced at my sample library of sounds I've recorded from day-to-day life, looking for a starting point, plucked out a recording I'd made of a salt shaker in my kitchen, and used it to create every element of the track. Cool, awesome. Then responded intuitively, vocals recorded on my laptop inbuilt mic, sitting in my armchair, totally fair. And you know what? Sometimes the laptop inbuilt mic doesn't do too badly. I recorded a bunch of vocals with the laptop inbuilt microphone last year for the Weekly Beats Challenge, and I got some really good vibes. It sounded pretty good, to be honest. I was able to get some good sounds. So you know what? Work with what you've got, and sometimes it can come out really good. So let's take a listen to Spooky by R. Wintergreen for the October monthly Discord challenge.
Everybody's speaking for the sake of hearing their own voice. Everybody's speaking for the sake of hearing their own voice. Are you really sure you have anything to add? Everybody's speaking for the sake of hearing their own voice. Adding to the noise. Everybody's speaking just to make some noise. There's another choice. Everybody's speaking just to hear the sound of their own voice. There's another choice.
That was wild. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much, River. That was very, very, very cool. Yeah, that was, I keep clicking on the 100 instead of the celebration. Hell yeah. That was super unique. I mean, the vocals there sounded fantastic, and you know, through the laptop inbuilt microphone, see, can totally sound good. But the sonic soundscape in that, listening through my speakers here, just like filled up the room, and that felt, oh, it was like tingles down the spine, and the atmosphere in that was absolutely amazing. So congrats, River. That was very, very, very cool. Yeah, definitely hits the vibe, definitely hits the brief of Spooky. Fantastic job. Thank you very much for submitting. If you're unaware what we're doing here, maybe you've chimed in, you know, a little bit recently and you're kind of not sure what's going on. We're listening through the submissions for the October monthly Discord challenge. I run a monthly Discord challenge over on my Discord server where we kind of put together a creative prompt, and then in the last week or 2 weeks of the month, you have some time to create a track based on that prompt, you know, hitting a few kind of extra bits and briefs in there. You've got to kind of do something that's at least a minute long, obviously 100% original, your own music, and makes use of the brief somehow. The brief for this month was make something spooky, so that's why we're listening through a bunch of different spooky tracks. And we have 2 more to go. Next up, we have Spooky Song by Simon. So here's my rushed attempt at the Spooky Challenge. I didn't like the final result as much, but it has some interesting stuff. I don't know if it sounds spooky, but it sure sounds dissonant and eerie. You know what? Similar kind of thing. Spooky, dissonant, eerie, it's all kind of, you know, mixes together. I got lazy with production and mixing, to be honest, so this is somewhat raw in terms of effects and mixing. Fantastic. Let's take a listen to Spooky by Simon. Wowee, Simon, that was awesome. Big celebrations in the chat. That was, I mean, absolutely hit the spooky vibe. I don't know what you were talking about there. I mean, you said it's somewhat raw in terms of effects and mixing. Honestly, sounded pretty good to me, and the arrangement there was absolutely stunning. As Schmoog just said, like the push and pull between the kind of more light-hearted elements, and then you got those spooky things that come in. That was as River has just put in there, absolutely epic work. I can definitely hear that, similar to said, in like a Star Trek episode or something, or like it's just some kind of old like TV episode, or even a film. Like that's, yeah, really, really fantastic work with that, Simon. You should be super proud of that. If you do decide to do more on that, I cannot wait to hear what it sounds like when it's finished. But it sounds really, really good to me already. So fantastic work. Thank you so much for submitting. I believe this is the first time you've submitted. So congrats on such a strong opening submission for the monthly challenges. And we only have one more submission left by Generali. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Generali submitted a few times and I have really liked their stuff. So let's check out what they have for us this month. So I played D4, which I'm assuming is like Diablo 4 or something. I was often scared by the music, so I turned it off when I played with friends. I was aiming for some imagery with a werewolf transformation after the witch curses him. But it seems after I finish this, it sounds more like the game. See if you can hear what the voice says. Cool. I haven't played D4 myself personally, but I've heard very good things about it. I haven't played video games in so long, it feels like actually, but let's take a listen and I'm sure that this will be super spooky. Okay, let's go. Oh my God, that laugh at the end was fantastic. That caught me so off guard. Hell yeah, thank you so much, Generali. I had to put my headphones on there about halfway through because the stereo field in that, the use of the stereo field in that was just insane, and I needed to hear it through my headphones rather than through my speakers. And I was absolutely right to do that because, oh my God, the stereo field in that was fantastic. Definitely hits the spooky vibe. He played the main story of D4 and very on point. Awesome. Good to know. I should probably try that game out. Definitely meets the spooky brief. And that was a very, very awesome track. Thank you so much for submitting, Generali. If you're watching this after the fact or if you're in the chat now, awesome work. But that brings us to the end of the submissions for the October monthly challenge. If you would like to participate in next month's challenge, make sure to join the Discord server, and I will be making the challenge prompt live some point in the kind of last 2 weeks of the month of November. And if you would like to have a say in what the prompt for the November challenge is, I often post a poll as well a few days beforehand inside of the Discord so that you can vote on your favorite prompt. And so that way the community gets involved somehow as well. And these listening parties will continue to happen every month here on YouTube, at least for the foreseeable future. If it's, seemed like it's worked pretty well, so that's good. I'd like to get, a lot more people involved in the challenge. I think it's a really awesome thing. And yeah, if you want to see my face, my reactions as I listen to your tracks live, your submissions live, then definitely make sure to submit. And it's a really good chance to push your own creativity, explore some new concepts and ideas that maybe you haven't had a chance to explore, and just push yourself to create some more stuff. YouTube definitely better than the previous portal. Awesome, great, fantastic. Yeah, it kind of works much better as a bit of a live streaming platform, and it's a bit more public that way as well, so some more people can kind of come in, such as Spooky Submission. Oh, hey, Generali's in the chat. Hello. Yes, looking forward to the next challenge, 100%. Speaking of, make sure to jump into the Discord if you aren't, so you can vote on what the prompt is once again. But otherwise, thanks all for hanging out. If you have thoughts on what the prompt should be for the next month, make sure to drop them in the Discord. And I really look forward to seeing all your submissions next time. I do plan on doing these live streams relatively frequently, outside of just the Discord challenges as well. So if you have ideas for what you'd like to see in future live streams too, then please do feel free to reach out to me on the Discord. It's a really good way to get in touch with me too. I'm very active on there. But otherwise, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who submitted. And this was really, really fun. I can't wait to do it again next month. I hope you all enjoyed it, and stay awesome. And I'll see you when I see you next, hopefully in the Discord or in another video. All right, take care everyone, and stay awesome.